Presidential campaign landscape taking a major turn. Mitt Romney scoring big in the Fox debate last night. Take a look.
I love this country. I spent my life in the private sector, not in government. I only spent 4 years as a governor. I didn't inhale. I'm a business guy.
That was a good night for him. So if indeed Romney is on the ascent as the GOP leader, how does that sit with the Tea Party, many of whom see him as an establishment Republican who really doesn't share their firm commitment to smaller government? We welcome Tea Party Nation founder Judson Phillips and conservative talk show host and Tea Party boycott founder Dr.Gina Loudon. Good to see you both, folks. So, Dr. Loudon, first to you.
Good to be with you.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you think that Mitt Romney is sort of an establishment sellout kind of figure rather than the sort of rebel that the Tea Party wants?
Well, I think he's still inhaling, if you ask me. When you look at Obamacare, how can you possibly see this person as somebody that could satisfy the Tea Party? He simply can't. And I don't think we're really afraid. I think what we are is being shrewd and discerning while we consider the candidates who not just talk the talk, David, because that means a lot less to us, and we're used to that. We're looking for candidates that actually walk the walk, and there are some of them out there.
Well, we'll talk about who they are, but Judson, do you share Dr. Loudon's feeling about Mitt?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Mitt Romney is the original rhino. He's the original flip-flopper. I mean, this guy flip-flops more than John Kerry does, if that's even possible. So
who would you rather have? Who's not a flip-flopper in your mind? Who was there last night?
There are some great possibilities. Michelle Bachmann is still in the running. Newt Gingrich, Herman Cain. They've all got some great possibilities. Especially if, I mean, Rick Perry took some hits last night, and there's just no other way to put it.
Yes, he
did. He had a terrible debate. You know, Romney kind of did what he needed to do, basically not screw up.
Well, we can all have a bad night, but we're talking about the overall character of a person that goes beyond just one debate. Do you think that Rick Perry does have more of that Tea Party sentiment that Mitt Romney does?
Well, he does, but that's a relative concept. Rick Perry has got a huge problem, namely his beliefs on illegal immigration, which do not at all jibe with what the mainstream of the Tea Party movement thinks on illegal immigration.
Now, Dr. Loudon, you and I know, you know, this is kind of common wisdom, but we're never going to get exactly who we want to be the president. A lot of people felt that way, by the way, about Ronald Reagan. We look back and everything looked perfect, but there were certain things about him that bothered some true conservatives. But is Perry a lot closer to your ideal than Mitt Romney is?
Oh, you're asking the wrong girl. I broadcast out of Alabama. We just passed a tough immigration law. Here we are fighting it hard, sacrificing everything to take a tough stand on immigration, and here he is sort of selling us out. So you're asking the wrong girl. But I will say this, David. I think that you look at folks like Herman Cain, Michelle Bachmann, folks like that are doing a great job, but Sarah Palin, who is by all standards running a race, although she's not declared, she looks to me like she's running. I could see Sarah Palin grabbing onto a Marco Rubio or a Herman Cain or somebody like that and really just setting the Tea Party on fire. I'm looking forward to that day.
Very interesting. Judson, do you see the same thing as a possibility?
Hey, Gina's my friend, but I got to disagree with her. I've said for months, I don't see Sarah Palin getting into this race. If you're going to run a race at a national level, there's certain things you've got to do. You've got to get a campaign infrastructure in place. You've got to do some other things. She's just not doing them. She has some plans for whatever she's going to do, and God bless her with whatever those plans are, but I don't see her in this race.
Okay, but if she did defy the odds that you just laid out and she came in the race, would you support her?
There's some other folks out there that I like a little bit better than Sarah Palin.
Yeah, like?
Oh, Judson, I love you, but I tell you what, I've got to tell you, Sarah Palin is very organized on the ground. You're wrong about that. She also polls within 5 percentage points of Obama right now, tying basically with Romney's polling. What's to want? She's vetted. We know that much.
Judson, you got to. That's a tough argument to beat.
Well, right now, with all due respect to my friend Gina, just about any Republican who could fog a mirror can come within 5 points of Barack Obama. That's not the issue. But she has no campaign infrastructure. She's got this organizing for Palin group and some others, but she doesn't have the people in place that she needs to run a national campaign. She doesn't have any fundraising set up to run a national campaign. And as anybody from Michelle Bachmann to Newt Gingrich can tell you, without money, you're not going anywhere.
Well, that's for sure. Judson Phillips, Dr. Gina Loudon, good to see you both, folks. Thanks for coming in again. Well, he brushed...
Thank you, David.